Hi, I'm Stephen Thompson. I'm an author, philosopher, spiritualist, and lecturer. I tell stories. I say and tell metaphors that help people with common sense living in everyday life. Today, I'd like to share with you the metaphor that I use when people are really stuck and they just can't seem to move forward. And I call this metaphor the willow tree. And it goes like this. All of us are human. And sometimes when life just seems bigger than we can handle, we only have a couple of choices with that. We have to either move forward, or it's like being stuck in a forest or something where you can't figure out what to do, so you just sit down on a stump and hope that destiny intervenes. Well, I'm going to use the metaphor now of being stuck in quicksand. And when life gives you such challenges that you're struggling and you seem to just get into the muck deeper and deeper, you go into what I call almost like the reptilian brain. You go into basic survival, and fear starts to come up inside, creating a lot of stress. And you're going to reach out and look for anything that you can look for to help you survive. And when things get that bad, that's when the brain kind of shuts down with what we call logical and emotional thinking, except that of fear. And we just start panicking. You've heard of people that are starting to feel like they're drowning, and even the rescuer has a hard time getting in to calm them down because they are struggling so hard to survive. And it's the same kind of thing. So imagine for a second that this situation is facing you, and you find yourself up to your waist in quicksand, and you don't think that there's anybody else around. And the energy builds and gets stronger, and you start to go into that survival mode. What happens at that point is you're reaching out to grab for anything, and you forget to look at anything other than the one thing that you think you're going to need to survive. And when you grab onto that survival, it's like a log or a twig that is reaching over the quicksand, and you look at that, and that's all you see and all you can focus on. So you move the best you possibly can, and you grab onto that, and that's all you're focused on, and you start to pull yourself out. But just about the time you get yourself to the point where the weight shifts and you think you're going to get out, that branch breaks off. And you focus even stronger on that branch, and you try even harder, but you're not looking at anything other than that branch. And you try again, and it breaks off, and you keep getting in deeper and deeper. And the lesson is this, that if you could remain a little calmer, if you could trust yourself that you're going to be able to make this situation improve, you will then notice other things that are around you. And in this case, right above the pool of quicksand, there's a willow tree. And all of the branches are hanging down not far from your head. And if you could just see the willow tree, you could reach up, gather 1, 2, 3, 4 of those branches, pull them, and start working your way over to the shore and get yourself out of the quicksand. Now the lesson is this. If you find yourself in quicksand, you want to do everything you can to remain calm and collected. Do everything you can to see what all of your opportunities are rather than just focusing on one. And then make a very good choice about doing the best you can. Now sometimes this might not always work out. However, it's the best you can do in that situation. Remember that if you're always doing the best you can do, then nothing more is expected of you. My experience has been that when I start looking around me, looking at my environment, taking things in a more collected, calm manner, there's almost always something there to help me, whether it be a willow tree or another person that can hear your voice or something that comes along, even destiny or divine intervention. It's all a good thing. So the next time you find yourself in quicksand, remember, most often there's another solution easily available to you, like the willow tree. Now, if you'd like to hear more about my lessons and the things that I teach around the country, You can always find us on our website, itjustmakesense.com. Thank you very much.